you install, what chameleon? You come out. You come out what come out here? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay. Say that again.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning from downtown St. George's, Grenada. It's another day of championship, another day of the ECCB International Netball Series. And Nature Girls from Dominica, they're coming up against Cayman Islands on court 1. A little bit of late start, again, due to the weather last night. We had a bit of a rain last night, and so the ground staff is trying their best and trying hard enough to dry the court in a newly surface, and that surface has really held up quite a bit throughout the tournament. So both teams have already did their warm-up, and they're going to be checked now by the match officials, the umpires, and during that course of time, hopefully the entire surface can be dried enough for we to have play. Dominica dominated last night against Montserrat, 63-20. And, out here this morning, in fact, that was a 5 o'clock game yesterday. And so they're out this morning, bright and early, for a 6:30 encounter with the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands have been playing quite impressive in their first game against St. Vincent. They were, is it St. Vincent or Barbie? Yes, St. Vincent. They were quite competitive in the first 2 quarters. I think what's happening is that the fitness of the teams is taking effect. Teams like St. Vincent, you can see that they're quite fit. So as the game goes on, I think fitness plays the important role in terms of the deciding of the match. But it's Dominica here in the customary green, dominant green, yellow and red, a little bit of black in it too, and white. And the Cayman Islands in the dark blue and white with red. And this game promises to be, if I must say, an interesting matchup. Dominica is playing well, Cayman Islands is playing. Both teams are basically on par. Cayman, an invitee to this year's tournament. Tournament normally would have 7 countries, and this year they've included 3 countries: Barbados, Cayman Islands, and Guyana. So just checking in with Guyana at the moment. The officials have now receded to their positions. They have checked the Cayman Islands, and the teams are just going through their final paces. If you can see the Cayman Islands, they're now coming together for their final team talk as the Cayman Islands. Just for the final team talk, it's the Cayman Islands regrouping in that nice and circular, close-knitted group. Coach giving final instructions just before they take the court. So again, an interesting matchup. The Cayman Islands up against Guyana. The officials for the match. I'm just going to give you the starting lineups for the Cayman Islands. goal shoot, Copeland. The wing attack is Frimpong. The center is Goop. I hope I'm getting it right. Lewis, the goal defense. Lunch, the goal keep. The wing defense is Penzi. And the goal attack is Wilson. So entrusted under the rim this morning for the Cayman Islands is Wilson and Copeland. Let's see what Wilson and Copeland has to offer. We moved over to Team Dominica. They're now going into their circle. Their final team talk. Team Dominica. Just the starting lineups for Team Dominica. Goal defense is Charles. Goal attack is Gordon. So it's Gordon entrusted with the responsibility of getting the points. Wing attack John. Langley is the goalkeeper. Center is Peters. And the goal shooter is St. Rose. So St. Rose and Gordon entrusted to get the points on for Dominica. Dominica wing defense is Thomas. And Gordon is the skipper, the captain. So momentarily we'll see both teams taking center court. It's Dominica against the Cayman Islands. Day 6. And the other court, Montserrat. Going Montserrat last evening was competitive in the first quarter against Dominica. They're coming up against the Jaguars, one Guyana. Guyana is really trying in this tournament. And I tell you what, it's an emerging side. Pretty young. They can only get better in the future. So the umpire is just doing a final check of the surface. And as soon as that is completed, we'll have the first touch off. Is Dominica coming up against the Cayman Islands? What promises to be a competitive match this morning. And Guyana is taking on Montserrat. Montserrat, Juan, one of the impressive players on Montserrat. She's shooting from long. She's got a spot from long range. Very successful too, and we have not been seeing much of long range shots in this tournament because the players are electing to go deep into the circle to the goal shoot or the goal attack, as was the case last night with St. Vincent and the Grenadines against Barbados. Competitive game up to the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter St. Vincent said, hey, what's happening here? I gotta get out. And they did get out and won comfortably over Barbados. Barbados a bit disappointed. I tell you what's a high point for Barbados yesterday was Blackman. She reigned in 200 caps for Barbados, international caps. In fact, when I spoke with her, she started playing for the national team at age 16, the Barbados Gems. And she was happy. In fact, they had a nice short ceremonial arc where she passed under it, walked under it, and cheered on, just letting the world know that she is capped 100 for her country. That's a feat that not many people can boast of. So hats off to you again, Blackman, from the Barbados Gems. Barbados lost to St. Vincent. St. Vincent is boosting in confidence now because their next real competitive match will be against Grenada on Sunday. And Grenada needs to score a lot. In fact, Grenada hasn't played Montserrat yet, so when Grenada plays Montserrat, they will need to really double up on the score if they are to win this tournament. Grenada, St. Vincent's coming in with some very high scores. In fact, they had 2 scores above 90. And if that is anything to go by, it could be the deciding factor. If Grenada wins on Sunday, the goals can be the deciding factor as to who wins the tournament. But I tell you what, we take you back down to courtside. The officials are making their final check still before we can have play. They did the inspection of the team so far. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a very, very, very short break. And when we come back, hopefully we'll get play started on court number 1. It's the International Series sponsored by the ECCB and the government of Grenada here in downtown St. George's, Grenada. So don't you go away. Stay with us. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
Netball, netball, yes, exciting, edge of your seat netball is back. It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more. The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Netball, netball, yes, exciting, edge of your seat netball is back. It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more. The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the...
Back downtown St. George's, Grenada, where we do have play just started. The officials has indicated that they are quite satisfied with the surface. And immediately Dominica, Cayman Islands has scored their first point against Dominica. So 1-0 is the Cayman Islands over Dominica. In early stages, Cayman once more goes up and converts to make it 2. Cayman 2 and Dominica 0. Interestingly, Cayman is going towards the homemade bakery end, getting the better of Dominica so far in the early stages, early minutes. In fact, still awaiting the start of the match with Guyana and Montserrat. So it's International Netball Series, 10 countries, 1 champion. Sunday, that all-important matchup between Grenada, host country, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's going to take place at 6 p.m. Two goals to nothing here at Tanteen Netball Complex. Cayman's in possession, Cayman Islands. And a mixture of youth and experience is the Cayman team. Really enjoying their time here in Grenada. Dominica coming away with possession. In the center third is Dominica into the attacking third now. Searching ball. And is it Gordon? She goes up and misses. Cayman on the attack. Up 2 goals. Opportunity to go 3. And so does. So Cayman 3. Dominica yet to get off the mark. So definitely Gordon and St. Rose hasn't had much of an attempt at goal. In fact, they had only 1 attempt at goal so far. Cayman is really piling on the pressure now. Cayman is up 4 goals to nothing is Cayman. A little bit of a concern for the bench, the Dominica bench. And Cayman has the center pass. An opportunity to go 5-0 is Cayman. 1 step in and up and in. 5-0 is the Cayman Islands over Dominica. As I said, St. Rose and Gordon yet to really get some good feed in, but is Dominica in possession? The Nature Girls. Dominica maybe needing to slow things down a bit and focus a lot more on their defensive strategies. Long searching ball, but 1 there by the Cayman goalkeeper. That's lunch. But an overturn on already Copeland and Wilson has registered 5 goals for the Cayman Islands team. Cayman interception again. Really doing some good work on the defensive end against Dominica. Cayman on the counter attack. Lunch. Is it Copeland now? Just getting it in there. 6 goals to nothing. That was lunch. Copeland comes out and get it into lunch. Lunch has it. And she goes up and makes it 7. 7-0 is Cayman Islands over Dominica. Really was expecting a greater fight from the Dominica, especially in these early stages. Another interception from the Cayman. Cayman really getting their work cut out. In the meantime, Dominica has lost the focus early in the early stages. Montserrat and Juan Guyana is on court number 2. Seven to nothing is the Cayman Islands over Dominica, the Nature Girls. A lot of movement from the Cayman Islands girls. It's paying dividends here at the Tanteen Netball Court. So one step is lunch. She misses. Copeland is there to punch that one in. 8 goals to nothing. Center pass to Cayman Islands. Another opportunity to go 9-0. And there's a player from the Montserrat team who is in excruciating pain on the court. She got down. You heard the noises there. Another point. 9 goals to nothing. Is the Cayman Islands. Dominica up court now. Are they going to get their first point? 9-1. 9-1. Cayman on the attack again. Ball goes out to touch. That seems to be a really tough one for the player from Marshall. So 10-1 Cayman Islands over Dominica. Dominica looking to extend on that 1 point, 1 goal. In contact. Medical team is now moving that player off court to get some further treatment. And it's a point for Dominica. 10-2. Cayman Islands over Dominica in the first quarter. So Gordon and St. Rose now a little bit more active. St. Rose has it. She has been contact, and St. Rose goes up and converts. So 3 points to Dominica, 10 goals to the Cayman. Dominica again trying to narrow that gap. St. Rose again. She's going to go up and make it 4 points. 4 goals to Dominica, 10 to the Cayman Islands. Dominica now getting their foot and now getting to close the gap on the Cayman. Let's see how far they can do that before the end of the first quarter. But on the other end is Copeland. Copeland goes up and scores. Dominica, so it's 11-4. And another point, St. Rose. She's getting more of the ball now. 11-5. It's Cayman Islands. 12-5 now. Cayman Islands not in one more. Getting to the rim more often than Dominica. And interception there, still with Dominica. Timeout called by the match umpire. 12-5, 12-6 now. Another point for St. Rose and her team, Dominica. Turnover, 12-6. Dominica in possession in the center third. Cayman up the court. Who does she find? And another point to the Cayman. That was Copeland. So 13-6. Dominica in possession, trying to find St. Rose. Didn't do so. That was Gordon, the goal attack. Trying to push that one high. But coming away with it, it's Cayman Islands 12-6. Cayman goes up on 13-6 now. In the meantime, play continues on court number 2 between Guyana and Montserrat. 13-6 here on court number 1. Cayman Islands against the Nature Girls, Dominica. Nice bouncing pass into St. Rose. St. Rose goes up and converts. 13-7. So Dominica settling down now and exchanging the goals. Contact. Interception there from Cayman Islands. 13-7. We hear Downtown St. George's Grenada is the ECCB International Netball Series. 13-7 is the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands with the inbound pass. 1, 2, 3 into the center third now. Very spirited Cayman Islands team. Really moving the ball around. A mixture of experience and youth. She's going to go long. She goes long and converts. 14-7. Center pass to the Cayman Islands. She's trying to get that ball into Copeland. She goes up and converts. 15-7. So Copeland, she's really going out, and Wilson really doing their job for the Cayman Islands, and St. Rose is doing her best to see if she can get. So it's 14-7. 15-7. 15-7 is Cayman Islands over Dominica. Copeland and Wilson. And as I said, St. Rose, well, she's supported, she's assisted by Gordon. 15-7. Cayman on the attack once more. Good interception by Dominica, but the ball will still remain with Cayman Islands. Damp conditions here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. But good conditions for netball because the sun is not out per se. So the girls are enjoying some cool weather. Dominica, 15-7. It's Cayman over Dominica. Dominica on the attack. Ball into the center third. She's looking. She finds St. Rose. St. Rose trying to find Gordon. Losing out on possession is Cayman Islands. Into St. Rose. St. Rose goes up 15-8. Dominica is trying to make a concerted effort to get back in this game in the first quarter. And it's the end of the first quarter. 15-8 in favor of the Cayman Islands. It's early fixture here. Downtown St. George's. The other game started a little bit late. It's Montserrat up against One Guyana. But here on court number 1, it's 15-8 in favor of the Cayman Islands. End of the first quarter. What we'll do, we'll take a short break. And when we come back, we'll have the start of the second quarter between the Cayman Islands and Dominica. We're coming to you live from St. George's, Grenada. It's the ECCB International Netball Series. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Netball! Netball! Yes! Exciting! Edge of your seat netball is back! It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more! The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana. who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central.
Second quarter. Teams are on the pitch now. It's a center pass to Dominica. It's 16-8. That's the official score at the start of the second quarter. So Dominica now going towards the road end and the Cayman Islands to the National College end. She goes up, St. Rose goes up and converts, so that's 16-9. Dominica starting positively in the second quarter. Cayman's Island. Cayman with it now. Trying to get that ball into. And that ball goes out of touch. So bright sunshine, the sun is out. It's 16-8 here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. It's the Cayman Islands up against Nature Girls. Dominica Cayman Islands converting, so 17-8 now. 17-9, sorry, the Cayman Islands over Dominica. Gordon and St. Rose will definitely have to be sharper. While on the other hand, Copeland and Wilson for the Caymans. 17-9. Cayman Islands over Dominica in the first encounter this morning. Don't forget we have matches later on today. Copeland goes up and scores. 18-10. It's an 8-point gap between the two teams. Dominica in possession, working the ball around, trying to find St. Rose, but didn't do so. Up comes Cayman in the center third. Ball goes out of touch. Balls with the Dominica. Nature Girls on the attack. Trying to get the ball into St. Rose. St. Rose has it. She goes up and converts. So it's 11 points to Dominica and 18 points to the Cayman Islands. Interesting matchup. Cayman Islands 18, Dominica 11. Downtown St. George's, Grenada is the ECCB International Netball Series. And under the rim now is Copeland for Cayman Islands. An opportunity to go one up, 19-11. It's the first break for Montserrat and Guyana. Guyana. They try to get some scores in that game. That's on court number 2. But on court number 1, it's Cayman Islands 19. Dominica 11. Bright sunshine here, downtown St. George's. And if you're looking at us from across the region and into the international world, it's Grenada is the place to be for this week, the hub of netball. And if you're a netball lover, well, it's another point to the Cayman. So Cayman has gone up to 20 points. 20 goes to Cayman against 11 to a 9-point gap. Last night we had some interesting games. Last night Grenada against Antigua. Well, Grenada, they won comfortably over Antigua and Barbuda. St. Rose now and she goes up and converts for Dominica. Dominica up in 12 points. 19 to 12 here at court number 1, second quarter. 20 points to 11. 12. 20 to 12. 8-point gap. And I was saying that there was a keenly contested match last night between Barbados and St. Vincent up to the third quarter. And then St. Vincent decided, hey, are we not going to stick around? We're not going to hang around like this. We're going to get out there and get out there. They did in the fourth quarter. The legs from the Vinci Jewels prove to be far better and far fitter than the Bajan Gems. So St. Vincent now are tournament favorites. But they have a very important game against Grenada on Sunday to bring the curtains down on the tournament. It's 21 to 12 in favor of the Cayman Islands. We're in court number 1. And to all the fans outside there, all the netball lovers, netball is one family. I was reading up an article this morning on World Netball, and they're really pushing a good vibes in netball. 22 to 12. They're pushing a good vibes in international netball, and that friendly camaraderie, that love. Last night we saw it when Blackman from Barbados, she capped 200 matches, international matches for Barbados, and the girls came around and formed that nice arc, and she went through that, and they were all smiles and cheers for Blackman from Barbados. When I spoke to her in an interview, she said she started playing netball for Barbados at age 16. It's just one day. We hope that netball will be a professional sport in the Caribbean. Likewise, we had cricket and we have football in some areas in the Caribbean. Trinidad has a professional league. And we have CPL going on now in cricket. We hope that one day the governments in the region will see the importance of these girls. Netball was derived from basketball. And so we hope that basketball and netball can be a professional sport in the Caribbean in the near future. But of course, money talks. Money talks. Yeah, so we are 22 to 12. Am I right? We're here at the Tanteen Netball Complex, downtown St. George's, Grenada. It's netball. We started last Saturday. Another point for Dominica. Dominica up on 13 points. That was St. Rose. Center pass to the Cayman Islands. 22 to 13. Dominica would definitely have to try their best and close that gap. And out of touch. Good athletic play by the Cayman Islands. Tripping in the process, but Dominica comes away with it. On the counter attack is Dominica into the defensive third. Into the center third now is Dominica. Dominica is going to try to get up to 14 points and close the gap a little bit. St. Rose, where is St. Rose? Yes, she has it now. But it's an infringement. And the Cayman Islands, they're going to come away with it. So, some early morning matches here. What a good point from long range for the Cayman Islands. 23 to 13. Early morning matches, 6:30 matches. We had a little bit of a delay this morning because the court was a little bit damp. So the ground staff had to come out and do their work. But I tell you what, blazing sunshine here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. Blazing sunshine in St. George's. Another point. Is it? Good morning to all the fans outside there. Tune on. I know Heather is up and watching this match. She's a Dominica nature girl, supporting Dominica. Another point to Dominica. Dominica is up on 14. Still with Dominica St. Rose, 15 points to Dominica. 24 to 15. Cayman, Dominica on the score sheet again. It's 20. So another point for, is it the Cayman Islands? Yes? No? Dominica? A little bit of confusion there. Dominica scoring towards the road end, and the Cayman Islands going towards the National College end. So it's Wilson and Gordon. Cayman Islands with possession. Wilson and Copeland definitely have the work cut out for them. They're trying to keep that lead over Dominica. And Gordon and St. Rose really having the better of them. But it's and Copeland goes up and scores. Another point. This is a substitution. Another point to the Cayman Islands. Cayman is up on 27 and Dominica on 15. 27-15. Dominica with the center pass. We're into the second quarter and we've gone past the halfway stage in the second quarter. Jostle for possession. 27-15, Cayman Islands over Dominica. Nature Girls. Dominica in possession. And Gordon steps up. She converts. 27-16. Gordon is the captain. Another ball played in, trying to find St. Rose. Good save there by St. Rose. Into Gordon. Gordon steps up and converts. So 27-17. Cayman Islands lead by 10 points. Still, there's a lot of life left in this one. Dominica has to make something out of it. They need to close that gap before the half interval. 27-17. And equally so is Gordon sharing the points with St. Rose for the Nature Girls. Cayman Islands coming away with it in the center third now. Searching ball into the attacking third still with the Cayman. A miss for the Cayman Islands. She comes up and scores. So it's 28 to 17. Dying stages in the second quarter, 28 to 17. Cayman Islands in possession. 29 now to 17. Cayman Islands pushing ahead. Dominica really needs to try and stem the flow of goals from the Cayman Islands. 29 to 17. And she goes up. Copeland loses out possession. Dominica a chance to close the gap one more time. 29 to 17. Cayman Islands over Dominica. So it's the end of the second quarter, 29 to 17. Cayman Islands over Dominica. Cayman Islands will definitely thinking that they have the better opportunity, a better chance at winning this game. 29 to 17, a 12-point gap as we close off the second quarter. And what we'll do, we'll take a short break. We'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll preview the second half of the game between Cayman Islands and Dominica. We coming live from downtown St. George's, Grenada. Is the ECCB International Netball Series. Cayman Islands 29, Dominica 17.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah, we've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah, we've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah, we've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah, we've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah, we've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride.
So we're picking up action again from Tanteen Netball Complex. 30 to 17. Now it's 31 to 17. The Cayman Islands over Dominica. We're at the start of the third quarter. Dominica on 17 points. Ball bounced in to St. Rose and she converts. Dominica up on 18 points. So it doesn't look as they want to run away with this in the third quarter. 33-18 and still with the Cayman Islands. Another nice rotation of the ball. 33 to 18. 34 to 18. Cayman really pressing ahead now. Dominica in possession into the attacking third, trying to find St. Rose. Does so. St. Rose goes up, misses, collects her own rebound. She's going to have a free shot. She goes up and makes it 19. So it's 34 to 19. Netball action here at the Tanteen Netball Complex, downtown St. George's, Grenada. 9 days of over 40 matches to be played. 35 to 19. Center pass to Dominica. Warm sunshine here. Ball played into St. Rose. St. Rose make one steps and goes up and converts 35 to 20. 15-point gap. Can tell you at the end of the half in the game with Guyana and Montserrat, Guyana was leading Montserrat by a few points. So the one Guyana is working. I think that's going to be their second win. If they had to come out victorious this morning. So 2 matches carded for this morning. It's now on court. Guyana 20, Montserrat was 15 at the end of the half. And on court side number 1, Cayman Islands 20, 36, and 22 Dominica. 36-20. Cayman Islands working the ball around. She goes up and converts. That was Copeland. And Copeland is having a field day against Guyana, so it's 37 to 20. 17-point gap now. St. Rose makes one step, goes up and converts. 37 to 21. Certainly, if Dominica has to make something out of that match, it has to be in this quarter. Dominica. $37 to 21. Cayman Islands just dominating here in this match. 37 to 21. $38 to 21. Copeland again on the score sheet. Meanwhile, the second half has started between Montserrat and One Guyana. Ball played into St. Rose. She converts. Score goes up. 22. Dominica now 38 to 22. And there goes Copeland one more time to make it 39. 39 to 22, a 17-point gap. Feed him. 39-22. It's going to be ball fed into St. Rose, but no, goal attack comes away with it. 39 to 23. And that was Copeland, but misses out. Ball still with Copeland. Copeland makes one step, goes up. 40 to 23. Still maintaining that 17-point gap as the Cayman Island. 40 to 23. St. Rose goes up and converts. 40 to 24. Dominica will have to pull something out of the hat defensively to make any realistic chance of closing that gap, because the Cayman Islands is finding it quite easy to get to the rim. Dominica just has to make their life a little bit uncomfortable getting to that rim. And Copeland one more time, making it 41. 41 to 23. $41 to 24, sorry. 25. Again, St. Rose trying her best offensively. And she's hoping that her goalkeeper and her goal defense can really make the life a living hell for that Cayman Islands team. But it's easy as Copeland goes up and scores. It's 42 to 25. A change for Dominica. Definitely they would have needed to make that change. I think it's a goal keep. Let's make that change. They're making a couple changes. They need to get a little bit tighter on defense. Play has restarted. It's 42 to 25. 42 to 26 now. We're in the third quarter. 42-26 as the Cayman Islands over the Nature Girls from Dominica. And just about 11 to 12 minutes gone in the third quarter. So about 3 minutes left in this one. The third quarter. It's 42 to 25. Dominica loses out possession to the Cayman Islands. 42-25. 42-26. Forty-three to 26. Just under 3 minutes left in this one. In the third quarter. 43 to 26 is the Cayman Islands. And who has it is Copeland. Copeland goes up and scores 44-26. Copeland with it again. She's going to come from a further distance and she goes 45. 45 to 26. Cayman really extending the lead now. 45-26. Ball played into St. Joe. St. Rose makes one step, goes up, in and out goes St. Joe. She's going to have a free shot. She's going to bring the total up to 27. 45 to 27. Dying stages here in the third quarter. 45 to 27. The Cayman Islands with possession. Ball is played into Copeland. Copeland goes up 46 to 27. (46 to 28). So we must say that, you know, St. Rose is really trying that. She's hardly missing any opportunities under the rim. But on the other hand, her defense needs to work a little harder. Again, 40. The points just 47 to 28. It's the Cayman Islands. 47 to 28, the Cayman Islands over Dominica. We're coming to you live from the Tanteen Netball Complex in Grenada. 48 to 28. So the Cayman has now registered the first 20-point lead in this match. 48 to 28. Dying stages in the 49 to 28 now. Still with dying stages in the third quarter. Center pass to Dominica. 49 to 28. St. Rose has it. She collects and scores 49 to 29. And it's the end of the third quarter. 49 to 29, a 20-point gap between Dominica, who's really struggling at the moment. Tell you what, the positive out of Dominica is that St. Rose, she's playing her heart out. She's converting her chances. On the other hand, I just think that the Dominica need to a little bit more on defense. Try to make the life out of Copeland and the girls uncomfortable. 20-point gap. So what we'll do, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more netball action here at downtown St. George's, Grenada. Really cool weather, good conditions for playing netball. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, more netball action.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Netball! Netball! Yes! Exciting! Edge of your seat netball is back! It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more. The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connects Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know?
So the start of the fourth quarter, a 20-point gap established between the Cayman Islands and Team Dominica. 15 minutes to play in this quarter. Can Dominica bounce back? Can they close the gap? It's a huge gap. It's 20-point difference. Goes up. Dominica scores. Early morning matches here. Good conditions. Cool conditions. Dominica up on 2 points at the start of the quarter. And is that any indication that they're going to close that gap? Let's wait and see. Cayman and just bouncing that ball around. And who does she find? So an exchange of points here at the Tanteen Netball Complex between Cayman Islands and Dominica. Dominica having the better so far in this opening moments. Another goal. Dominica. So it's a fight, it's a battle of the shooters, the goal shoot, Copeland for the Cayman Islands and St. Rose for Dominica. Pause. Fantastic times for netball in the Caribbean. 10 teams. Score pushes on. 50 to 22 to 32, sorry. An 18-point gap, 50 to 32 as the Cayman Islands. Contact. 50 to 32. And Copeland goes up, misses, but she's going to have another one. She steps forward and makes it 51. 51 substitution now for Dominica. One center. 51 to 32. As I said, Dominica just need to close the gap and tighten things up on defense. Both teams will be back again later. Action starts from 3 p.m. this afternoon. (51 to 32). On force error, another one. Cayman Islands is going to come away with it. Ball, seemingly they're going to change that one. (51 to 32). Cayman Islands on the attack. Lady nicely, trying to find, yes, and does so. Copeland, equal to the task, supported by her teammates. Copeland one more time, makes it 53 to 32. So a 21-point advantage to the Cayman Islands. 53 to 32. We're in the fourth quarter. It's a done deal for over 5 minutes gone into that quarter. It's a done deal for the Cayman Islands. It's a matter now of extending that lead as much as they can. 53 to 32. Coming away with it is Dominica. Dominica pushes up court, trying to find St. Rose. And so she does. St. Rose goes up 53 to 33. And back to a 20-point gap. Sun is out blazing one more time. Center pass to the Cayman Islands. 53 to 33. Contact. on the goal defense. 54-33. So just jostling between that 20 to 21 point gap. Ball in the middle third of the court. Center third. Still there. Dominica trying a little bit lethargic in the approach right now. The positive out of Dominica is that when St. Rose has that ball, she hardly misses. (54-33). Cayman Islands up court, looking to extend that lead. 54-33, walking the ball around the court, rotating nicely is Cayman Islands, pushing it, trying to avoid a 3-second penalty, and up and in, coming away with it defensively now. It's Dominica. 54-33, score in the game. Dominica in center third. All the efforts is to try to get a ball into St. Rose. In the meantime, we have a break at the court number 2 between One Guyana and Montserrat. They're going to start the fourth quarter momentarily. 54-33. St. Rose going on 54-34. So Cayman Islands maintaining that 20-point advantage. 54-34. Another substitution. Cayman Islands into Copeland. Copeland pivots, and Copeland goes for it, and she does. 55-34. Play has started for the fourth quarter in the Guyana-Montserrat match. Guyana was leading all the way through, and is still. Ball played into St. Rose, losing out. Coming away with it is Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands up into the attacking third. And winning possession is Dominica. Some 8 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. And the score is 55-35. Still maintaining that 20-point gap is the Cayman Islands. Early morning fixture here at downtown St. George's. Netball action. Caribbean countries, the Eastern Caribbean countries are here. 10 countries, 1 champion. 3-second violation. 55-35. Dominica in possession. The Cayman Islands are an invited team in this tournament. So it's 55-36 now. Guyana having a chance to cut it to an 18-point lead. St. Rose with it. 55-37. Cayman Islands. Couple of short passes there from Cayman Islands. Contact. Ball played into Copeland. Copeland. So it was Copeland this time, and she goes up and converts. 56-37. 56-37. Cayman Islands over Dominica. Not much left in this one. under 4 minutes of play. (56-37). A little bit of a confusion there. Play has restarted. St. Rose. (56-37). Ball is with the Cayman Islands. They're invited in this tournament for the first time. Really making a mark. Small country. Coming out of it is Dominica now, the Nature Girls. 56-37. Just under 3 minutes in this one. (56-37) to 38. Sorry. It's gonna be 57 to 38. So Wilson's back on court. And the point for Dominica, they moved to 39. 57 to 39. Dominica a chance to get to 40. Points goes to Dominica, so they get to the 40-point mark. And some cheers from the bench. 57 to 40. Still a chance to get up further into this one. We're in the dying stages of this match. The Cayman Islands has ran away with this one. Certainly in dying stages of the match. 57 to 40. 41. 58 to 41 now. And goes up 58 to 42. So that lead has been cut to 16 point. Up and out. 58 to 42. Possession is with Dominica. Still in dying stages of this game. 58 to 42, 58 to 43. A 15-point gap. Gap that was up to 21 has now been cut to 15. Dominica might feel a little bit let down on post-match review. They probably would realize that they could have made something more out of this match. 58 to 42. And I think we've come to the end of this match. 58 to 43. A 15-point win for the Cayman Islands. So a match that started really nicely. A match that started keenly in opening minutes. That match has been decided. The Cayman Islands with a victory over Nature Girls Dominica, 58-43. In the meantime, there is a match to be contested. The match is still on between Guyana and Montserrat. Don't forget, action continues this afternoon from 3 o'clock. To tell you what's happening. 58-43. Seems like we're very good at keeping scores at the top. 58-43. That's the score. I'll tell you what's happening today. Later on in the afternoon, from 3 p.m. from Guyana will be back on court side to play Barbados, and that's the solo match at 3 o'clock. And then at 5 p.m. Anguilla will take on Montserrat. Well, that's the two lowest ranked teams, I would think. Two of the three lowest ranked teams. Montserrat will come back on court again. They're on court at this moment. They will come back to play Anguilla, and St. Lucia will take on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Grenada had the better of St. Lucia. And then at 7 p.m., Antigua and Barbuda will play Dominica. So Dominica will be back on court side. And Grenada will play the Cayman Islands. That one game, Grenada against Cayman Islands, might prove to be competitive at the start. Let's see who will run away with it. So from here in St. George's, Grenada, the hub of football, 9 days of netball, 9 days of netball. We'll take a break. We'll come back this afternoon at 3 p.m. Congratulations to Team Cayman Islands with a victory over Dominica. It's the ECCB International Netball Series. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you again at 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh.